Hi everyone. We're going to take a look at some compound words. Compound words are two words joined together to make a new word. So for example, we have download. The word down and the word load come together to make a new word, download. We have the same with downpour, downside, downsize, and downturn. So these are all words that are made of two words put together. And we call these words compound. So this goes with the activity on page 144 in your book, part C. So let's look at these words and then we'll complete the activity. So to download something, I think most of us have downloaded something. This means that you take a movie or an app or a program and you download it, you put it onto your tablet or phone or computer or TV from the internet. So you download content onto a device. So this is to download and it's a verb. So for example, I downloaded a movie. The next word is a downpour. It's a noun, it's a thing, right? A downpour is a sudden rainstorm. There's a lot of rain that comes very quickly. For example, there was a sudden downpour. I was standing outside. I am soaking wet. Next word is a downside. It's a noun, it's a thing. So many things have positives and negatives, pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. So you might say, well, going to college, there are many advantages, right? You get to read lots of books. This is my book. Doesn't look like a book. Okay, so this is an advantage, an upside, a pro. But it also has many downsides, okay? The downsides of going to college might be you don't sleep very much because you're studying. It may be that it costs a lot of money. These are downsides, negatives, cons, drawbacks, okay? So upsides and downsides. And that is also a noun. Now the next one is a verb. To downsize is to do something, is to go from a large house to a smaller house. Often families, when they are big, the kids are at home or people are living with brothers and sisters or parents, they will have a larger house. And then as the family situation changes, they will downsize. So this often happens when kids leave home, go to college, get their own place, okay? Parents might go into a nursing home and you will downsize to a smaller house. So downsizing means moving from a big house to a smaller house. It's a verb, it's something that you do. And the last one is a noun, a downturn. N for noun here. A downturn usually we use to talk about economy or statistics. So you might say the economy was really good, really strong, and then coronavirus hit. We had COVID, and the economy took a downturn. So a downturn is when numbers are going up or staying the same, and then they suddenly go down. This is a downturn. Okay, let's take a look at our activity. So here are our words. It says the word down can be used to form certain compound words, such as downside. So we see the words here. They're compound words. Two words put together to make a new word. Download. This is taking something from the internet, putting it on a device. Downpour. This is a big rainstorm. Downside. This is a negative, a drawback, a disadvantage. Downsize is to go from a bigger house to a smaller house. And downturn is when the economy or the numbers are moving up and then all of a sudden turn down, go in a negative direction. Okay, let's take a look at these sentences. Places that do not get much rain can get flooded by a sudden something. Now I know it's a noun. A sudden, what do we call rain that suddenly comes pouring down? Yes, downpour, a sudden downpour. Okay, number 2. For some people, a something, so I know it's a noun because it has a something of living in the suburbs is the long drive to work. Well, long drive to work sounds like a negative thing to me, doesn't it? So what do we call a negative thing? A con. It's not downpour. We had that one. Download. A downside. Yes, a downside. We might have an upside. The upside of living in the suburbs might be that it's very safe. I have lots of parking. A downside might be the long drive to work because I don't live in the city, so I have to drive to the city. That would be a downside, a negative. Number 3, an increase in interest rates. Ooh, this is economy, finance. So we have an increase going up. Can cause a something in the housing market. Again, financial. Download, downsize, or downturn? Which one had something to do with markets, finance, the economy? It was downturn. Downturn. So an increase in interest rates can cause a downturn in the housing market. Right now we have the opposite. Interest rates are very low, so the housing market is very strong. You cannot buy a house. There are no houses to buy. Okay, this will change soon as interest rates start to rise. People will be less likely to buy a house, so hopefully there'll be more for those of us who want to buy. Number 4, once their children are grown up, some parents to a smaller house. So which one of these words means to move to a smaller house? Download or downsize? Downsize. Once their children are grown up, some parents downsize to a smaller house. And the one word that isn't used is download. Good job, everybody.